Hello team, how are you guys? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a couple of seconds before we get started to see who jumps on the live. I will be swiping the comments because I don't want to get distracted. Let me go turn off my kitchen light real quickly. Let's save that energy. I want to talk with you guys today about 3 things to learn in order to help our business grow. Because I feel like these are very fundamental things. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and swipe the comments. That's how I do it. Okay, so in our business, we have to really realize that we are everything for our business, right? We're the CEO, even though we kind of partner up with Scentsy, right? We're promoting a product that we don't personally make. We are advertising and promoting a product that we love, that we use, and like a third party makes it. We have to keep very present and very focused the fact that we are still our own business. We are independent consultants. We are the ones that pay our own taxes. We're the ones that cover our expenses on our end to run our business. We are the ones that have to do the promoting because Scentsy, even though they have an amazing marketing team and they have all these ideas that they're doing and that they're putting into place, at the end of the day, they're not going to market to our customers. They can do the best they can, but not always is someone just going to knock on our door and say, hey, I heard you were a Scentsy consultant and I want to buy some bars, if we're not actively marketing our business. So we wear a lot of different hats in our business. We wear the CEO hat, we wear H&R, marketing, packaging, shipping, pretty much every department we are the head of, right? So I think for a lot of people, they start this business and they have high hopes, right? Some of us join because we want a discount. We want to see just get a couple things for free and half off. But some people they want the dream, right? They see someone that they know having a lot of success and they're like, you know what? I want to do it too. And then they join and they have all these big plans and things happen. So that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is about seasons. So I sent a quote to my directors this morning on our group chat, and it says, there is no forcing one season to give way to another. It simply happens when it's supposed to happen. You embrace the season that you're in, and then one morning you wake to realize that a new season has begun. Just like a fireplace mantle, our lives look different depending on the season in which we find ourselves. Some of us are chasing careers, while others are adjusting to retirement. There are those rocking babies and those releasing young adults out into the world. There are single folks, empty nesters, senior caregivers, and there can be fruitfulness in every season. Maybe you used to serve in church in a variety of ways, but now your age or health has limited you. It's okay, you are just in a new season. I feel like I hear this a lot. Oh, that person promoted faster than I did. Oh, that person's having more success than I did. Oh, that person is just, so much better than I am. Although we all have Scentsy in common, we have to realize and have it very present in our reality that we are all in different seasons. We, some of us work full time, some of us are stay-at-home moms, some of us work part-time, some of us have kids, some of us don't, some of us are married, some of us are single, some of us are single parents, some of us are married with multiple children. And so I think that when we are going to compare ourselves, we have to be really honest with ourselves and see if we're comparing ourselves realistically or if we're comparing ourselves with the intent of making excuses. Feeling jealousy, I think, is kind of normal, but it's not healthy. So feeling jealousy and feeling like we've failed because someone had a better month or promoted faster is at the end of the day stealing our joy. And we need to strive to get away from that. I can tell you guys, the other day, Beth and I were talking, And we were literally talking about this whole thing about how some people will express like, oh, I'm a little jealous that this person achieved this before I did, or I'm jealous that, you know, I've been doing this longer and this person, you know, promoted so quickly or whatever. And we have to realize that they might be comparing themselves to us. They might be feeling the same thing about us in a different light. And this is the funny part. When we were talking about this, I was telling her, I was like, well, you know, like, for example, like, I'm delighted with your promotion, but I'm a little bit jealous because I'm like, I've been doing this for 8 years. She's been doing it for 5. She promoted faster than I did. I had a startup director before she did. And now like she had, you know, I had a director before she did. And now she has like 4 frontline directors. And so she's like, oh, I feel jealousy all the time. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You just humanized yourself. Like, who are you jealous of? Like, you earn trips. You promoted to the top of the company. Like, you have an amazing team culture. Like, and she's like, Liz, I feel jealous of people that have like a good Instagram, like, you know, they're good with Instagram, that they're good with Canva. I'm jealous of you with like how on top you are with your mail and your reports. And it made me realize that she was jealous of me in a different light. Yes, she's earning trips, and yes, she's, you know, she promoted to superstar director. But at the same time, there's things where she feels like she's not succeeding in the way that she would like, right? So we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people, because at the end of the day, they might be comparing themselves to you or to somebody else. It might be like, well, I like how this person does it, and I like this person does it. And at the end of the day, it steals our joy. So what we should focus on is embracing the season that we're in. And with Scentsy, it comes with embracing the title that you're in. So if you are a brand new consultant, embrace it. Do not compare yourself to someone that's been doing it for so long, and maybe this is, you know, they're able to stay at home and they're able to do all these things because they've worked the business, right? Like, don't compare yourself to something that you will be able to achieve, but you're not there yet, because you're going to lose the focus. If you're like a leader in the leadership titles, sometimes we lose focus, and we're so focused on that next promotion that we forget to embrace the title that we're in. For a long time, I was stuck at lead. I was stuck at lead for about 4 years. And when I started recruiting again, I literally was so focused on the next promotion that I didn't realize that I was numerizing my team. Even though I deeply cared for them, I was still numerizing them, because to me, they were just, at that moment, I was just too focused on that next promotion. So when I promoted to director, like, I've learned a lot of things along the way, but when I promoted to director, I started watching a lot more trainings. And I remember hearing a training by the Crew Clan, like I call them, the Crew. And I can't remember which one said it. I can't remember if it was Chastity, if it was Katie, or if it was Ray Ray, but they said, embrace the title that you're in. And when you strive to be the best at that title that you can be, the promotion will come. So if you are a lead, a star, a superstar, or a director, you really have to strive to be the best you can be at that title, being the best you can be for your team, and those promotions will come, I can reassure you. That doesn't mean that you don't set a goal. That just means that in the midst that you're setting that goal and you're achieving it, you're not like only focused on that goal where you just see your team as a number. Your team, they're humans. They are real people with real feelings. And it's very important to learn that they are here for them. They're not here for you. They're not here to make you a superstar consultant or a director or a superstar director. They're here for their goals. And when you help them as their leader, as their sponsor, or maybe even as their director, to achieve their goals, to work on their goals, then you will see you grow as a person, your team grow, and then you will see those promotions. Okay, number 2. This one is a little bit about learning about the things that we might not do correct all the time, okay? So in one of the hats that we were talking about, I said we're like the CEO, right? We're the driver of our own little Scentsy bus or business, right? We are the head of our business, not your sponsor, not your star director, your superstar director, but you. When you joined, you entered your social security in, you put in your information, and you are the driver of this bus. But sometimes when we're driving this bus, we make a mistake, we make a wrong turn, we might hit a pole, might hit a mailbox. We make mistakes, okay? And those mistakes, like the things that we do wrong does not mean that we are wrong at our core, and it doesn't mean that we're not meant to be here. I hear too many times, oh, I'm not good at this, I'm not meant to do Scentsy. No, maybe the way that you were doing it was not the correct way, was not the way that was getting you the results that you wanted or that you needed. So we have to learn that making mistakes, making wrong turns, making, doing something in our business that didn't have the result that we wanted doesn't make us bad people or a failure. It just kind of makes us human. It kind of makes us just real and raw and makes us learn. So I have a quote that I want to share with you guys. Michael Jordan told Forbes, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I have succeeded." What do they write about? They obviously don't write about the 9,000 shots he's missed, because I did not know that. I actually came across this when I was listening to a video on TikTok about about failure, and I was like, what? Like, he's missed how many shots? They don't really talk about the 300 games that he lost. They write about the victories, about the wins, about the success and the accomplishments. Why do you think that is? Like, why is it that we fear failure so much, but it's the first thing to be forgotten when we succeed? Because failure doesn't define us unless we allow it. We are good and enough, flaws and all. Okay? I've told you guys this before, and I tell you guys this again. You guys have something to bring to our team. You guys have a voice that needs to be shared. It doesn't matter if you are new, a day old, a week old, a month old, 6 years in, 10 years in, does not matter. We all have something to share. We all have different ideas. We have different customer bases. We have different team communities, like the culture. We have different ways of leading. We all have a voice. And it's very important to remember that, because I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, I've only been doing this for 3 months. There is no way my director or my star director is going to think that this isn't a great idea. I try to, as a leader, when my frontline messages me and tells me something, or I see something on their timeline or on their VIP page, I try to tell them, like, that is an amazing idea. Go share that on our team. Because guess what? Maybe it doesn't affect me personally. Maybe it does. There's been a lot of times that you guys have blown me away with ideas and stuff like that. But I don't know how they might be able to help 163 of us. Their idea might resonate with somebody else that my ideas doesn't resonate with. My way of running my business might not be somebody's style, but if someone shares an idea, it is completely their style. So you have to know that your voice is important. They're not going to write about your failures unless you make the failures like the sole core of what you stand for, and I can tell you that is not true. In order to grow, we will often do things that weren't successful, or maybe were a mistake. Maybe we hurt someone. But these learnings or lessons are what helps us to grow and teaches us where to go. If I would not have made the mistakes I made at the beginning of my business, I probably would have either given up or I wouldn't have had found success. And I don't say, well, let me rephrase that. If I wouldn't have made the mistakes and then thought about how I can work through them, like if I would have been like, oh, this is not for me, whatever, it's not working, I've been stuck at lead for 4 years, I'm never getting to the top of the company, I would have been gone a long time ago. But I didn't. Learning from our mistakes is what builds character. Our leadership is what builds us as a person, us as a consultant. It's okay not to be perfect. I can guarantee you guys, there are so many leaders in Scentsy that seem so perfect, and oh my gosh, they're like a Scentsy freaking king and queen. We love them, we follow them, we look at all their training videos. They make mistakes too. They forget to order something for a customer, or they were in the queue and they weren't able to get something for their customer and it sold out. They make mistakes too. They are not perfect. They are human. You get to share how lessons learned make you a better person tomorrow. Right now, you might not be a team leader. You might be new to Scentsy, or maybe you've been around for a while, but you'd like, I don't really want to lead a team. I haven't been able to sponsor anyone. But your lessons, the things that you learn, are things you're going to be able to teach other people. I've been with Scentsy for 8 years. It took me 6 years to promote to director. One of our directors, Ashton, she promoted within a year and a half. Two of our directors, Rachel and Teresa, promoted right before their 4-year mark. Ashley promoted in about a year and a half. Yeah, about a little bit less than a year and a half. And Jennifer promoted in about a little bit less than a year and a half. Do you guys think I don't get jealous that they promoted so fast? Sometimes I'm like, whoa, like they didn't waste any time. And I don't take credit for their success because they're the ones that put in the hard work. But the lessons that I've learned, the importance of training yourself and doing income producing activities, which I tell you guys all the time, I've been able to reiterate that to them so that they can focus on the things that are really important. Therefore, when they're doing what they need to be doing, right, the things that they need to be focusing on, they get to achieve these things in a lot faster way. So when you make mistakes, they're not just something that defines you. They're something that help you grow and help you learn to be able to teach later on. Learn from your mistakes and ask for forgiveness if you need to, like if the situation calls for it. And then ask yourself, what can I take from this lesson? What can I what can I change? What was good? What was bad? What did I learn overall? Setting those small attainable goals is very important too, because when you set those small attainable goals and then you apply the things that you've learned, it helps you achieve your goals and helps you do it better. But I'll tell you this, you guys, staying in that I failed, I'm not good enough, oh, she's so much talented than me, like her team is so much better, I can never do what she does. Staying in that funk is going to stump your growth. And we do that so often, it's sad. Like, it literally will stump your growth and keep you from achieving your full potential. I think that my business really turned around when I started working on my mindset. When I started telling myself and doing like affirmations and telling myself like, I don't need to be validated. Like, I just need to put in the work. And I need to stop measuring myself with their ruler because they're a completely different person. And at the end of the day, we should be striving for progress and not perfection. Because as long as we're progressing, we're growing and we are expanding our business and we are growing our customer base and we are leading our team better. When we are striving for perfection, I feel like we're never going to do everything 100% right, and then we're going to hold ourselves accountable for it. We're going to kind of like beat ourselves up for it. So the sooner that we can shift our mindset from that my mistakes make me a bad person or a bad consultant in our case when it comes to our business, to learn that they're just a lesson that we need to learn, that we can grow from that and change what we did, maybe not specifically wrong, but maybe it just didn't work for our customer base. There's so many things that I try that I see other people doing and it just doesn't work for my customer base. I didn't do anything wrong, but it doesn't work for my customer base. So why am I going to keep trying it, right? So when we shift our mindset, like, and start applying the lessons that we've learned, like, that is when we're going to achieve our goals. That is when we are going to really see that growth in our business. This is very important and goes with it. Do not focus on your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. Your weaknesses, like, they're part of you, but they don't define you. Like, maybe you're not good with creating graphics. That's okay. We have tons of graphic groups out there. Like, you know, maybe your strength is packaging up orders really cute. Share that. If your weakness maybe is follow-ups, then maybe, and your strength is maybe like doing, like following up with your team, then maybe you just need to put those together and say, well, before I can follow up with my team, I'm going to follow up with 3 people, like 3 customers, and then I'll follow up with my team on a daily basis, you know? Above all, we need to stop blaming others for our misfortune. We need to take responsibility for our actions. I hear it all the time. Well, my sponsor doesn't check in on me. Well, my sponsor didn't shout me out. Well, my sponsor didn't do this. Well, my director didn't do that. Remember at the beginning when I said you are the driver of the bus? You are your own independent consultant. If you focus solely on what people did and did not do, you are setting yourself up for failure. You're setting up yourself up for failure. You need to get away from that. I was stuck in that rut for a long time, and that's why I was stuck at lead, because I wasn't doing anything to help myself. I wasn't doing anything to really get better in my Scentsy business. I was just too focused at what my sponsor wasn't doing, what my directors weren't doing, how I didn't have all those things, all that team culture and like the team hangouts and all these things. I didn't need that. A lot of consultants don't have that. There is so much talk on the director page and on the star director page about how people don't have a sponsor that supports them, etc., etc. It is about you. If you want this to work, you will put in the work. Yes, you're going to make mistakes along the way, and that's okay. That is part of being in business. It is about owning up to that and stop blaming others in the sense of, well, my sponsor didn't train me. There is a lot of trainings on YouTube. There's a lot of trainings on the trainings tab. There's a lot of trainings on this page. There's a lot of trainings out there. There's a lot of other pages. Nick Jervis, who's the other one? Allison Dalkey, who have pages who do trainings weekly. If there's a will, there's a way. So do not hide behind the excuse of, well, I'm going to blame someone else for my lack of. Take responsibility and then take action daily. Your business, if you want to grow your business, you cannot grow your business working it whenever you feel like it. You guys, there's days where I don't want to get up and freaking work my business. I want to watch TV all day. And if I do that, guess what? That is not getting me closer to my goals. That is actually pushing me further away. So you cannot just take action when you feel like it. You have to plan what you're going to do. And if you work or if you are active with some kind of thing, like maybe you volunteer or you're involved with church or you're involved with, maybe you coach like a little league team or a cheer squad or a dance team, you need to put that on your calendar. You need to put that on your planner and say, okay, these hours, I obviously can't work my Scentsy business because I'm at work or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. So I have to work my business here. That might mean early mornings, late nights, a lunch break, doing phone calls or follow-ups. But you guys, I can guarantee you when you reach those goals, all that hard work will seem like nothing because you reached your goal and you are so much better off because of it. And yes, when you're working towards that goal and you make a mistake, again, don't sit there and dwell on the mistake. say, what can I learn? What can I take with me? What can I leave behind? I do that every single month when I don't reach my goals. There are months where I don't get even close to my goals. And I said, okay, what can I do better next month to get to my goal? What can I shift? What can I change? Because that is part of owning a business, is how can I get that better? There's been years where Scentsy had losses. Like they had losses overall. They shifted their mindset. They said, okay, what can we do to get better? They didn't sit there and say, okay, let's close doors. Scentsy's obviously not successful. Like, let's close its doors and tell all of our consultants that they need to go bye-bye. They said, okay, what can we do to get past this? So when we have a setback or a mistake or a failing moment, we don't need to necessarily say, I'm done. I'm not good at this. I'm not going to try ever again. What we need to say is, what can I learn? What can I change? How do I grow from here? Okay. The last one is fear. Fear holds everyone back at some point. You could be the most outgoing, talkative person, but I guarantee you there is something in your business that you are fearful of, whether it's going live, whether it's talking to people about joining, whether it's asking people to host parties. There's always something in our business that holds us back because of fear. And I think when it comes to fear, we really have to dig deep and say, why am I fearful of this? For a long time, I would tell people like, oh, like I can't talk to the people at the register, like when I'm waiting in line, like I'm just so shy, like I just can't. Lie. I have done the expo as SFR. I dream of the day that I can be a presenter at SFR and talk in front of hundreds of people. Yeah, I'll probably be like super nervous and like I'll feel like I have huge butterflies in my stomach. But at the same time, I love that dream of being able to talk to people and teach them about something. So it's not that I'm shy. It's that I'm afraid of rejection. I don't want someone telling me, no, I'm not interested. No, that's a pyramid scheme. No, you're crazy. Because then I feel judged, right? So what we need to do is we need to turn fear into a preparation phase. When we know what we're scared of, when we know what's holding us back, then we can kind of prepare for it, right? And guess what? We all have the tools. We all have the same tools. The only difference on my workstation from everybody on here that's not a director and above is that I have the director gallery in the Scentsy Success Store. Everybody has the same trainings tab. Everybody has a reportings tab. Everybody has the same thing. Everybody has YouTube. Everybody has this team page. It's what you use with the tools you have been given that will help you be prepared, or the lack of using them help you not to be prepared, right? And I feel like when it comes to fear, when we kind of prepare for doing something even when we're scared of, we don't feel as scared as just, I didn't prepare, so now I'm terrified, right? So we all have the same tools, as I said. We have to prepare ourselves with training, right? Maybe it's a new training on something that we don't really know how to do. Maybe it's training ourselves on a product. Maybe it's like, hey, like I don't use the pet line, so I should probably watch trainings on the pet line. That way, if somebody asks me a question, I can inform them because I feel confident in knowing the information, instead of being like, hold on, let me call my teammate who's really good with pets because I don't use the pet line. Then they're not going to feel confident in buying the pet line, right? So maybe it's about learning about a product or learning how to do something. Maybe it's about, how to get organized, follow-ups, leading, asking people to join. It doesn't matter what it is that we're scared of. Sorry, excuse me. It's about being ready. And then when we train ourselves, when we watch videos or we talk with our sponsor or we talk with other Scentsy sisters and brothers, if we are training ourselves, when those moments come, we will do things by instinct or we will feel prepared. But if we don't, then we shy away again, because then that makes us go back to that failure moment of like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that answer. And guess what? You don't have to know all the answers. There are tons of times that people will ask me a question and I'll be like, I have no idea. Let me find out for you. Or I did not know that. Let me figure that out. Let me ask around. Let me find out other people's opinion. I had one of our team members message me the other day a picture of her customer had used a counter clean and it had left like these little streak marks. And I was like, I have no idea. Let me ask around because I've never had that happen to me. So I asked around and I got some opinions and some like feedback. And I messaged those to her and I said, this is what I found. Let me know if you need any more information. So sometimes it's okay to not know everything. Not knowing something does not mean that you are not professional. It does not mean that you are not ready. It does not mean that you are not prepared. It just means that maybe you haven't come across that specific bit of information. Stop being afraid of the unknown. You cannot live your life to the fullest if you are living in fear of the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen a month from now, 6 months from now. But I will tell you this. Being afraid of the unknown sometimes holds us back from fulfilling our potential. I have seen so many people join Scentsy and promote to, star, superstar, director in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, because they didn't sit back and live in that chair of being afraid of the unknown. You have to give it your 110% when it comes to your business, because if you don't do it, who's going to do it for you? I can believe in you all day, but if you do not believe in yourself, and personal belief is so vital and so important, if you don't believe in yourself and you don't put in the work, there is nothing I can do or say or time that I can dedicate to you for you to actually grow in your business. You have to have at least 1 to 2% of belief in yourself to be able to do the things required for growth. I see so much potential on our team. So much potential on our team. And sometimes I'll be like, what's your goal? Oh, to be active. And I'm like, you have so much more potential than that. Oh my God, the way that you act, the way that you share ideas, or the way that you're leading your team, you are amazing. And so I try to make it a point to remind people of their potential, of what I see in them, because maybe I'm the only one that sees it in them, and I hope that one day they'll believe it too. I don't think that there is a cookie cutter form for this journey of Scentsy, and I feel like a lot of us think, oh, it has to be cookie cutter because it took my sponsor a year, or it took my sponsor 5 years, or it took my sponsor 6 years or 8 years or whatever. It's not a cookie cutter form. You set your pattern. If you tell me, Liz, I'm a lead, but I want to be a director by the end of the year, I will help you set those goals, the things that you have to put in place, and I will be your biggest cheerleader. But if you don't put in the work, if you tell me I want to be a director by the end of the year and then you don't do anything, the only thing I can tell you is you won't be a director. But I will never, ever tell you, you're crazy, you can't be a director in 2 months. You're crazy, you can't be a director in 4 weeks. You can't be a lead in 4 weeks. You can't be this in 2-3 weeks. Because I've seen it happen. But I've seen it happen with the people that literally embrace the seasons that they're in. Meaning, they're working towards their goal, but they are being the best they can right now. They are learning from their mistakes, and they're not letting fear hold them back. Those 3 things are vital in our business. And I can tell you guys, I've made mistakes. I've hurt people before, and I've apologized for it. And in a way, it has made me a better leader because I've learned to be able to communicate in a different way. I've learned that that even though I'm a very blunt person, that there is a kinder way to say things, that there is a proper way to say things. I have learned that while I can't please everyone, I can still try to get people's opinion and get their feedback because it's important to me. I feel like sometimes, when I talk to leaders, they're like, oh, you can't please everyone, so just do what's best for you. Well, yeah, I get that. but at least I can try and get feedback and kind of see where the majority lies and see if I can make that work, you know? Sorry. So at the end of the day, those 3 things are very vital to your business, and you need to work on learning about them, like seeing what you feel when it comes to like if you are not happy with where you're at in your business, you have all the power and all the rights in the world to change that. And I'll be the one to tell you I am your first cheerleader. I am the first to tell you that, hey, let's go for more. Let's see what you can achieve. But if you're willing to put the work in. When you make a mistake, whether it's with your teammates, whether it's with a customer, whether, you guys know how many times I've ordered the wrong thing? And I've had to tell my customer, like, I'm so sorry, I ordered the wrong thing, or I forgot to order your thing, or like I'll drop something off and they'll be like, Liz, that's not the bar that I ordered. I'm so sorry. Like, I completely thought that was the bar you ordered. It happens. Like, I got an order from the girl that makes our shirts, and it was wrong. It happens. It's humans are running businesses. Humans are going to make mistakes. You cannot let that defeat you. You cannot let that define you. The only thing you can let that do is help you to grow. And I cannot say that enough, because I feel like a lot of our teammates, I saw them so fired up, and then something happened, and then they're like, oh yeah, whatever happens is okay. No, don't settle for mediocre. Don't settle for just leftovers. Go for the gold. Go for your goals. Go for your dreams. You deserve them. And I can't say that enough, because I feel like sometimes we don't believe that we're worth it. And we are. We're so worth it. Your dream is your dream. And you need to own it. You need to own it. And you need to let go of the fear that's holding you back to achieve that. Because sometimes we think, oh, I love this idea of being able to, I don't know, buy my dream house. But in order to buy my dream house, I need to have this income, which means I would have to sell this much and have a team of this much. And I don't know, no one wants to join my team. You just let go of your dream because no one wants to join your team. Have you even asked? Let's be real with ourselves. I can always tell you guys, I could always do better. And I'm constantly asking people to host, buy, join. And I could do better. I could be asking a lot more people. I could be having more conversations. I could be letting go of fears that I have to be able to reach my goals. So I hope that you guys found something useful in this training. And I hope that if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But I really hope that I can leave you with those 3 things. Embrace the season that you're in. Learn from your mistakes. And let go of fear so you can embrace the new season. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.